Hello, welcome to CliCli. Today we are going to learn a new concept in triggers, loop. The man detects Clint and 6-dimensional seeds appear around him out of nowhere. How do we achieve this effect in the game? Loop. It means to perform an action repeatedly. In CliCli, there are 3 types of loop. The first one, execute action an integer number of times. We use an integer variable to set the times and execute an action repeatedly. It's the most commonly used loop in CliCli. For example, if we set the NPC to knock on the door 3 times, then the action of knock will repeat 3 times and stop automatically. The second one, repeat action when condition met. It means to repeat the action while the condition is met, and the action will stop once the condition is not met. For example, if you set a condition, knock while the door is closed, then the action of knock will only end when the door opens. The third one, pick all variables in an array. It means to execute an action for every unit in an array according to the array's order. We have a new term here, array. Array is like a list with order, and it will be introduced further in the next tutorial, array. For example, we have a list of different doors, and they have orders from door 1 to door 5. We set to knock all the doors in the list. Then, the NPC will repeat to knock the first door, the second, the third, until all the doors in the list have been knocked. These are 3 types of loops in CliCli. Today, we'll demonstrate the first one, execute action an integer number of times. Now, let's enter CliCli and use loop to achieve the effect at the beginning of the video. Step 1. Edit the terrain. First, we need to create a custom unit. Rename it to boss. And a custom projectile. Rename it to seed. Then, place the custom unit boss and the hero on the map. Draw a circle region, alert area, centered on the boss. Step 2. Edit the trigger. First, add an event. Select Unit, generic unit event in region. Set the parameters to be any unit enter alert area. In action, select basic. Execute action an integer number of times. We need to create a local variable seeds_number of type integer. As we want to create 6 seeds, we loop to perform action from 1 to 6, and the variable seed number will store the current number of loops. This means that when we create the first seed, seed number equals 1, and when we create the second seed, seed number equals 2. To ensure the seeds appear around the boss, we need to confirm the angle directions. Remember that the variable seed number stores the number of loops from 1 to 6. If we multiply them by 60, we'll get 6 directions from 60 to 360 degrees that are evenly divided. In this way, we design a circular wraparound direction for the seeds. So, first, we need to set a variable angle of type angle under the loop. To calculate the directions, we use the function mathematical operation angle operation. Now we can use float, integer, angle types of variables or numbers to calculate the angle. Select the integer variable seed number we created for the first parameters. The float operator is times. The last parameter is value 60. Now the variable angle represents the 6 directions we want. Next, we need to determine the locations where the dimensional seeds are generated. We create a variable, lock, of type point to store the points where we want the seeds to be created. Then we use the function pointOffsetToVector to achieve our desired effect. The initial point of offset is the location of the boss, so we use the function getUnitCoordinates for unit boss to get the initial point. The offset angle is the variable angle. For the offset distance, we set it to 300. You can set the distance based on your needs. Lastly, we add an action to create the seeds. Select projectile, create at location, create seed at the location lock for unit boss. We can also click on the parameter list to add a parameter duration. Set the duration to be 5 seconds. This means the projectile seed will last for 5 seconds. The trigger is done. Let's enter the game and test the effect. Now, it's time to review what we learned today. The concept of loop. It means to perform an action repeatedly. 3 types of loop. 1. Execute action an integer number of times. We use an integer variable to set the times and execute an action repeatedly. 2. Repeat action when condition met. It means to repeat the action while the condition is met. 3. The third one. Pick all variables in array. It means to execute an action for every unit in an array, according to the array's order. In the next video, we'll learn about arrays. See you next time.